see a large black semi-truck driving away from an absolutely immense building with the backlit letters Proteus Energy Solutions proudly emblazoned on each of the 40-foot tall walls of this giant facility. It joins a caravan of other large black semi-trucks as it works its way through the service roads surrounding the building, and eventually they all, one right after another, drive through a large electrified fence and onto public roads. All of these trucks don't have drivers, they're drones. The truck that we're following, we look inside the cabin at the large technical readout where a steering wheel should be, and we see the words on the screen. Engine, nominal. Inventory defense, nominal. Connection to Proteus HQ, nominal. That last line, the connection to Proteus HQ line, starts to flicker. Nominal turns to reestablishing connection, then to connection lost, then to new signal found, then to Watch City, baby. The trucks are now all driving on the highway, I-93. This one truck that's been hijacked signals to change lanes and then splits away from the rest of the caravan that's driving through the night. It engages its active cloaking, and all of a sudden, it stops looking like a large black semi-truck and starts looking like something else entirely. This something else entirely takes the exit for Somerville. All right, so let's talk about what you're all doing.
Whoa, hold on. Did you say Watch City, baby?
I did.
Great.
The Somerville Sunflowers, as part of the winter practice schedule, has a volunteer day where they do something for the benefit of Somerville. So my question to whoever wants to answer it is, what is the thing you're doing? What is the Sunflowers Volunteer Day all about?
Oh, we're cleaning the red line.
You are cleaning the red line.
Yeah.
Very dirty.
Yeah. We're down in the Davis stop right now, and we just sort of clean it up.
Yeah, it is crucially important work. Just so important.
When the train comes by, we run in, and we have about 30 seconds to clean as much of the train car as we can, and then run out again before the train run goes away.
That's exactly it.
I accidentally keep staying before the doors close, and then I have to walk back.
Yeah, you keep having to walk back from Alewife again and again and again. Or sometimes Porter in the other direction. It's a whole situation.
The Porter walk is not nearly as bad as the Alewife walk.
Yeah, the Alewife walk.
I went to go get her the first couple times to fly her back, but after 3,
it's not worth it.
Morgan, you just gotta walk.
Oh,
It was really cutting into our productivity.
I held my hands up for a half an hour. Nobody came and got me.
You gotta learn something. I'm the only one who can clean the top of the cars. I just hold 2 mops below me while I tread with my wings.
Yeah, you more or less fly and hold mops and clean the roof of all the subway cars.
I like cleaning the bottom of the train.
Yeah, Zlobs hangs onto the bottom like Cape Fear style. Cleans the train.
Yeah, just with a little windshield cleaner, just quickly holding on, face cleaning.
Yeah, it's great. The train usually takes off. I do a little finish, and I just jump off the edge on the back of it, and I tumble for a bit. I'm usually fine.
Yeah, exactly.
I run in, and I my job is to clean all the windows, but I accidentally get fixated on just one window every single time and try to make it so squeaky clean, and it takes the whole time.
Yeah, that's very fair.
There's at least one person on their morning commute that really appreciates that.
So they can look.
And, normally, a couple of people have offered to tip you, and instead, Coach Martinez, your coach, is there kind of refusing every tip and then telling them to just go online and support your local Little League team with a donation. And so it's, you've kind of worked yourself all into a very nice rhythm. The whole team is here, all doing their part to clean the trains as they come and go.
Yeah.
And the whole team includes Fox Amberflaw. After the Shadows, the Sunflower's backup, rescued all of you, Zlobs, Darby, Mindy, and Morgan, from Salem and teleported you back to safety, Fox went missing. That is, for the audience at home, that's how we ended last episode. Apparently, and thankfully, the other backups, Kit, Bix, and Stanley, went back and rescued Fox. So they're all gleefully working together right alongside you. So it's really very, very nice.
What is
Mindy,
it,
Mindy,
John,
Are you okay?
are you gonna blow up?
I look for secrets.
Okay.
That was fast.
I have to. I'm so curious because I know that Fox got left behind when we all left, but when we returned, they were fine. And I just have to look inside Fox's mind for secrets.
Yeah.
Because we don't know what happened.
Exactly. And the thing about Fox is they're not kind of sharing anything. Fox is just happy to be here and talking with Kit and Bix and Stanley as much about their role-playing game adventures as the fact that they risked their lives to save yours.
Yeah.
So, what's the deal with Fox? So let's have you go ahead and roll 2d6 plus your sharp to investigate a mystery.
Okay, I'm investigating a mystery. 2d6 plus sharp. Oh! I can see it. It's a 10. And
Okay.
that's the truth.
Okay, it's a 10 and that's the truth. That sounds good. So you can ask 2 questions, and the good news, because you rolled a 10, is Fox does not know that you started rifling around up there.
Whew, thank
So-
goodness. It's so embarrassing when they find out.
Indeed. So 2 questions from the Investigate a Mystery list.
From the investigate a mystery list. I see. I don't see. I see. Wait, I'm so sorry. I see it. I understand. Yes, thank you. Can I ask what happened here? And by here, can I leave that up to interpretation?
Yes, you can. That's fine.
What happened here? Like the greater here.
Exactly. The metaphysical here. So this part is weird. You start kind of rooting around in Fox's respectfully in Fox's brain, and you start getting a sense of Fox being rescued by someone, not by your teammates, not by Kit and Bix and Stanley, but by someone or maybe 2 someones that are not them. Now, here's the part that's a little weird. You cannot see their faces in Fox's mind.
What?
And because you rolled a 10, because this is a full success, you get why. Fox's brain has within it now a couple of really strong magical protection spells. Like someone put defenses in there. So the story that you get is that Fox was rescued by people before her teammates, before their teammates got to them. But for some reason, you cannot picture them, and you know the reason. It's some kind of defense.
Mm-hmm. Do I get a second question?
You do.
What is being concealed?
What is being concealed is that... Okay. What is being concealed, are the rescuers themselves. But what is being concealed here... the added bit of information is Fox is very aware that their brain has been magically booby-trapped. So what is being concealed is the fact that Fox does not seem to mind this.
Coach, I got electrocuted by a third rail again.
Oh, goodness, Zlobs. You know, no one can see under the train.
Yeah, but you feel it. It's about drag or something.
Well, I suppose that's true. Are you sure you don't want to take off your armor? That does give you a few extra inches of horizontal height, so to speak.
How dare you, Coach?
I don't think he's taken off that armor since I've known him.
I understand. I was just making a suggestion in case you keep serving as a grounding line for the train.
I thought you were looking out for our best interest. That's my brand, Coach. That's my brand.
Coach's face doesn't change, but you see her eyes change when you question that she is looking out for you. Oh, of course. You are well within your rights and abilities to wear your catcher's equipment whenever you want.
Oh, great. Oh, here comes another train. Whee!
And you jump down, and then another cleaning all takes place. You're all doing this when the elevator door at the base of the Davis Square T station where you are slides open, and the Somerville Sunflowers first base person arrives with a bunch of additional cleaning supplies.
Yay!
She is a baby owl, comfortably perched in a birdcage that is bolted to the top of a small pyramid-shaped tank. She steers it by moving the levers in her cage with her little owl wings. Your first base person's name is Jess Who.
Jess Who.
Hey, Jess. How are you?
Hey, Jess.
Hi, Infield. I'm here with supplies.
Hi, Jess. I'm under the train.
Hi, Zlobs. I can hear you.
Jess, how are you?
Mindy, I'm so great. I am so great. How are you? Welcome back.
Thank you. We were, captured, but we're feeling better.
That's good.
John, can you describe more about this character, please? Can I get some more details?
Sure.
Yeah,
So-
if people want to do fan art, what are the notable
Yeah.
features to cover?
So Jess Who is just a tiny little baby owl. She's like that big. And she's sitting in a bird cage, a nice bell-shaped bird cage that's sitting on top of a pyramid-shaped tank, a four-sided pyramid-shaped tank
Oh my God.
that's maybe 4 feet tall with the bird cage. There are a couple of little levers in there, and they're real small, and she just moves them just with her tiny wings. Just her tiny wings, and she can spin and turn. There is, right in the middle of the pyramid-shaped tank, kind of this like square slot. And most of the time, there's kind of like a noodly robot arm that just kind of is out of there. Yeah, it's how she swings.
Oh,
swings the bat.
please tell me that there's like one of those like Mickey Mouse like comically large gloves at the end of it.
Big white glove.
Yes.
and that's why first base is her best position, because she can just catch at first base. So she's an exceptional first base person and a pretty good hitter as well. And she's just so happy to be a sunflower. This was a really, really big deal when she got her tank.
She's so cute.
She tries so hard.
I cannot stress enough how adorable Jess Who is, because she's a tiny owl and she's about this big, and sometimes on particularly windy days, she'll wear tiny little goggles to keep the dirt out of her eyes.
I really want to offer to fly her really like further up than she can fly. But she's so cute that she's the only player that I'd be too scared that I'd drop her, and I would just feel so bad.
Wait. John, is it a
The one who can fly is the one you're too afraid that you would drop.
Because everyone would be so mad at me.
Very important question. Very important question. Is it a fully grown owl, or is this an owlet? Like
Just she's a kid, which is why she can play Blittle League. So she's like this.
so she probably can't fly.
And she's trying so hard. She's not your best player, but she's a good first base person.
Yes, she
Sorry.
is.
Because she's always very attentive and she's just so happy. She's not really an adventurer, and so she doesn't go on a lot of adventures with you.
Right.
But the four of you are her best friends.
Oh my goodness. What kind of owl? The chat needs to know.
Oh, actually, I have it written down.
Of course you do.
Yay.
I'm sorry. Someone in the chat said, I knew it.
What? Who?
It's a plain zebra. I knew it.
It all came in a vision.
I knew it was going to be a baby owl controlling a tank.
Yeah. If you subscribe to our meta our subreddit, the fans figured this out long.
Oh, gosh.
Oh.
Guess who is a
It's a great episode.
for starters, who's on first?
How?
Yeah.
How? I'm so mad.
She is, for those watching at home, a baby elf owl.
Everyone Google that.
Elf owl?
Baby, I'll look it up right now. Baby.
Oh no.
Get it.
That's too cute.
You always know when she's
Forget
gonna
it.
throw the ball at you too, because her eyes are just like locked in.
The eye contact is it's penetrating.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
can I ask about Salem, or was it dangerous?
You can ask.
Was
And
it dangerous?
And it was dangerous. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I made something for you because I didn't know how dangerous it was, but I did hear you were back. And the tiny little, like, square door opens up, and, like, her little, like, white gloved arm extends, and inside is a clearly hand-packed gift basket full of boxes of Band-Aids and antibacterial cream and anti-itch cream and chocolate candies.
I eat the candy.
You eat the candy.
You're gonna make such a good coach one day, Jess.
Oh, I don't know about that. I do want to help, though. So maybe one day. You know what? That's going to be my new goal. One day I'm going to coach a Blittle League team.
I
Because you
believe in
believe
you.
that I can.
Zlobs starts crying. It's so beautiful.
Wow. Jess, this was really nice.
Yeah.
I'll add this stuff to my first aid kit. I take it everywhere.
Oh, good. I know. It's just so important to be so prepared. That's something that, you know, even though we're all the infield, I think it's still important to really try to look up to people that are your peers, but also your role models. And the fact that you all seem to be super prepared really gives me something to shoot for. I don't have a lot of room in my tank, but I try to fill it full of stuff that's going to be useful.
Hey,
That's a good idea.
hey, Jess. We're gonna go on a joyride later in my van. Did you want to come with us? I think I can fit you in there. I'll just push the weapons out of the way.
It might be dangerous.
It's probably gonna be dangerous.
That's okay.
We tend
Horrible
to find
predator.
it.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. Could we stop by my house first? Because something weird happened there, and I kind of want to show you four because you four are the smartest four people I know.
Oh,
Sure,
yeah.
Jess.
Yeah.
Well, why
Yeah.
don't we go on a joyride to your house?
Ooh, that's exciting because me going to my house is already pretty joyful.
Great. Okay. So
Train.
train.
Jess, whose arm retracts and then comes out with a little squirt bottle. And she just stands next to Mindy, and every time Mindy starts cleaning one of the windows, she just starts spraying it.
Thanks.
Hey, Jess, do you have a fresh bucket in there with some mop water?
Hey, Jess, do you have any more
Thanks.
fresh sponges?
Catch! And she just fires one in an arc towards you.
Hey, Jess, do you have any more of those chocolates?
Coming out of the little square port is an entire brown bag, like wrapped in masking tape, that just says Zlobs on it, and it's just full of chocolates.
She's so prepared.
The door closes and I get taken away to Davis again.
Oh no, Morgan!
I'll go get her this time.
And you do. And the day of cleaning. The day of cleaning trains is very, very productive and eventful. One of the Somerville city councilors comes by at the end of the game and presents all of you with a plaque. And so it's all the sunflowers gathered around Coach Martinez holding a plaque that says, "Somerville Sunflowers, clean the red line." And so there's a nice picture of all of you. And yeah, you.
We definitely make a dorky face during it. We prank it.
Yeah, I changed one of the letters.
Yeah.
Jess who pranks it by holding a fake mustache in front of the cage.
Definitely you. We changed the letter line, the N to an M, so it's lime.
Mhm. Yeah, that is some classic infield pranking.
Because there's no such thing as a red lime.
I know. And even if there
They're
was, why did we
green.
clean it?
Yeah.
So yeah, the day is successful. Coach Martinez kind of dismisses you all and says, "See you at next practice." And so the five of you load into Zlobs' war wagon and go for a drive to Jess Who's house.
There's obviously not enough room, so I just take one of the racks of weapons, just rip it off, and throw it on the ground. I'll get that later.
Yeah. So somewhere in like a Davis Square parking lot is a crate of weaponry. And yeah, so Jess who's sitting in the back, taking up the entire back. It's mainly because, it's just a giant triangular shaped pyramid. And she's just sitting there looking around at all of you.
Oh, do you want me to microwave you a burrito?
Yeah.
Can owls eat burritos?
If we're hungry enough.
Good enough for me. Beep, boop, 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 boop.
Oh, and you don't have to cut it up to get it into the cage. You can just open the front door. It's okay. I'm not going to fly away.
Okay.
All right, Morgan. It's ready. Pitch it to the bird.
All right, I'm gonna open the front door and
Ooh.
put it inside.
Oh, bean and cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me know
They're
if you like.
vegetarian.
Let me know if you need any assistance or anything.
Oh, I think I got it. And she starts pecking a small hole and then eating the filling of the burrito.
Is this maybe inappropriate to ask, but I feel like I have to. I'm compelled to. Do you remember when you were really little, when like your parent bird had to like chew your food for you?
Mhm.
Was that really like a cool bonding thing, or was it gross?
Well, I guess I didn't know there was any other way to get food.
That
You
makes
know, you don't
sense.
really know things until you know them. So
Yeah.
I just figured that's, big people chewed up the food for smaller people, and smaller
Yeah.
people might chew up the food for even smaller people. And eventually my beak got strong enough that I could do it myself. But until then, I just figured that's the way the world worked.
Hmm.
That's
Cool.
funny.
Oh,
Thanks for not being too weirded out by my question.
I have a question.
Hmm?
So I think, and I have to do the research to confirm this. I don't want to speak out of turn, but I think an owl's first memory happens much earlier than a human's first memory. And so I guess I need to ask, what are each of your first memories? Do you have them?
And if you don't have them, I can find them.
Oh, find mine. When I'm done driving, when we get there. Okay, we're there. You live so close to the powder house.
Do you want are we doing memories?
Yeah, Darby, do you want to share yours?
Well, I guess I have do you want to know my first memory or my first like human-ish body earth memory?
No, give us the good one.
Which one is that?
I don't know, the one that makes my nose bleed.
Well that one? Well, okay. Well, the very first thing that I remember is just a lot of blue flames. Like a lot of blue flames. And yeah, and then I met, you're gonna hate this, Mindy, but then I met Declan.
Stupid.
But mostly my first memory is just lots and lots of blue flames.
That's so cool.
How did you know that Declan was your brother?
You just know.
Oh, right.
Did you think that blue flames was normal, or?
Yeah, I didn't know any different.
I remember I have a first memory. I was sitting in a mobile home with my dad, Charlie, and he had this old beat up guitar with like a leather strap and a lot of gashes, but he would play it anyway. And he was really into John Denver. And the first memory I ever had was him sitting me down in one of those little chairs. And something was on the television, but I couldn't quite make it out. And he was playing over it, and he kept playing Country Roads. And every once in a while, he would drop a pick into his guitar, and he would get really upset and go find another pick, and then keep playing Country Roads.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was really good at it.
That's nice.
That sounds nice.
My first memory, well, chronologically, I have some memories from long before I was born. Because I have some of my Nana's memories in my head from the experiments, but those aren't my memories, really. So I think that my first memory was, well, when I was really little, I was at home with my dad's, and they were teaching me how to play the game where you put them in the slots. Connect Four.
Operation?
Connect Four. They taught me how to play Connect Four. But I kept I kept looking ahead in their minds at what they were going to do next. And they knew I was cheating, but they didn't mind. And I think Nana told them to let me. Zlobs, do you know yours?
Find it.
Okay. I'm gonna go looking for Zlob's first memory.
2d6. Don't add anything to it.
Oh no, why?
Why not?
Wait.
Not even weird? Okay. Nothing to it. It's a 9.
Okay. All right, a 9. You get to narrate it. What is it?
I get to. Oh, it's Zlobs and his mom. I've seen her before in Zlobs' head, but I've never met her in person. She's not. Well, I've never met her. And
her name's Julia. It's a very good name.
Julia's a great name. It's just Zlobs and Julia on a long, long drive. He's in the back seat, and the ocean is out the window. Really long drive. And you're listening to
Back
Dolly
in Black.
Parton.
Oh.
She did an amazing cover.
It's a Dolly Parton cover of Back in Black, and it absolutely rocks. It seems like a good memory. Do you remember that one, Zlobs?
It's one of my favorite ones.
Where were you going? So far.
I don't remember. It's been so long. I don't know. I couldn't read.
You couldn't read the signs that were passing?
There was a lot of ocean. And it was some swamps, and I remember orange trees.
Yes. Orange trees.
Mindy.
You're passing.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
The sign says Chincoteague, Virginia.
What? What kind of town's that?
That's where there are horses.
And one other thing as well, Mindy. It kind of floods back to you as you're starting to see it. It's the home of the Blittle League umpires training facility.
Oh.
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 That's right.
I hope you're going to see the horses.
It's outside of town. Unincorporated. And a huge facility. It looks almost like it looks like military.
I don't like that. I don't like this place. I don't like this place. I don't like this place. I get out of the car.
Zlobs?
I'm outside.
I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna toss Zlobs an electric baseball and say catch.
Now I'm awake now. Good throw.
And eventually, Jess, who rolls out as well. And so the 5 of you are standing there. And let's describe Jess's house. Each of you give me kind of a sentence about the house, the neighborhood, what's going on.
It's this particular house is raised. It's not like on a solid foundation. It's like you have to go up like a ramp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There are these on either side of the house. There are these 2 humongous trees that grow up and then curve up over the top of her house and then grow into each other. So they're also basically one tree because they're also probably connected underground. So it's like a loop of a tree around her house.
She actually doesn't live in the house. She lives in the tree. It's like a 2-family, and the trees part is a second unit. It even has like B on the house number.
Mm-hmm.
The house itself is white, but all of the trim on it around each of the windows is a different color of the rainbow.
Mhm.
Yeah. This is Jess, whose mom owns the whole lot, owns the trees and then the house under it. She's she's a landlord. She made her money in software, and so she bought this plot. And so there are
Is she oh, I don't want to be rude. Is she a human?
Oh, she's an owl.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, and she
I
just
like both.
yeah, she made a very good living in app development, and she retired and bought some land in Somerville and wanted to give her daughter a nice kind of stress-free childhood instead of
Makes sense.
a real intense one working in software. So yeah. So yeah, she, you drive up and you hear Jess, whose mom up in the tree. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Mrs. Who.
Jess, are you going to ask him about the thing? I am, Mom. I think they can figure it out.
Oh, I love things.
Okay.
I was gonna say, can I read a bad situation?
Sure.
Yeah. Screw exposition. We'll just...
Let's get to it. See what happens. 2d6 plus sharp.
It didn't matter anyway. 4.
Oh, it does matter. Oh, it does.
No.
Now it's bad news. Thanks.
Yeah, it definitely matters. Ask one question, and I will give you a very truthful but very bad answer.
Oh no.
Ask something that doesn't matter.
It's a trick question. Everything will matter.
What's the best way in?
No!
Oh boy.
Well, when it becomes relevant, you're gonna have to defeat the defensive turrets.
Okay.
Yeah, and here's how, Morgan, you would know that. You are naturally attuned to the electrical and magnetic rhythms of the area. And there's something here that's just drawing a lot of power from like a battery. Yeah, like power, like power lines move. There's movement. You feel it moving like rushing water. But
From the wind? Never mind.
A kind of win, like
yeah.
the current.
Yeah.
When I threw that Blaseball earlier at Zlobs, I kind of picked up on it, like the electrical current sort of drifted, and that's what I'm going to ask Jess. Hey Jess, is there something here that's drawing an absorbent amount of power?
Okay, so maybe. And Jess, with her tiny little owl wing, points to a mobile home that's sitting on an empty lot right next to Jess and Jess's mom's tree and house. There's an undeveloped lot between, the duplex and the next Somerville triple decker. And, you've been to Jess's house. Her birthday party, by the way, which was last year when she turned 1 day old, was awesome. Because Jess's mom signed her up for Blittle League right away and then just had a birthday party. And so this area, and last year they were demolishing a house and their developer's going to build something on the lot next door.
Huh.
And, they haven't built anything yet, but somehow there's now a mobile home sitting there.
I go inside.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the trick. That thing, Morgan, is what's drawing a lot of power. And the mobile home itself, it doesn't look like the lights are on or anything. but it's as if there's a battery there. So instead of like water rushing through rivers like electricity and power lines, it's as if there's like a giant deep well of electricity, which in your mind means battery, big, powerful battery. And because of that, you're also starting to get a sense of what it's powering, which is Gatling guns and defensive turrets. Why those would be in a mobile home that appeared, you don't know. Zlobs, you go in. So let's have you. Why don't you give me 2d6 plus tough?
Tough. It's not cool.
It's not cool because
so-
this door is closed.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Well, you got a 9. That's pretty good.
All right, that is pretty good. So it's not a full success, which means you don't open anything. It's a partial success, which means you know what's going on now. In the side of the mobile home is, a door, like a kind of a thin mobile home door. And you go and reach for the handle, and it's nothing but air. Where the handle is, you keep grabbing through the handle. The handle is an illusion or a hologram.
Grenade.
Yeah, fair.
I run.
Yeah. Jam a grenade against the door and run backwards. And great big explosion.
Zlobs. That could have been
And-
somebody's home.
Oh.
Let's have you roll to kick some butt. 2d6 plus tough. It's gonna do damage. Don't
9.
you worry about that. A 9? Terrific. Partial success.
Mhm.
So you have you've got 2 choices here.
Oh, good.
You can either have this thing drop the illusion, or you can have this thing blow up a weapon system.
Oh, that's a good question. Goodbye, illusion.
All right, so you kind of run, like jam a grenade into where you think the door is, but in actual, like everything's a little weird. Like the siding of it is like half an inch of illusion over something metal or hard. And you're like, grenade will solve this.
This is how I investigate a mystery.
Pull a pin, you jam it under, great big crackling explosion. And the mobile home is not, in point of fact, a mobile home at all.
Well, thank
It
goodness
is-
for that.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of, the image fades away, and it is a great big black semi-truck that says on the side in matte black letters against the shiny black, Proteus Energy Systems. The
Weird.
very back, it was kind of pulled in, so the back of the truck is facing you all on the street. The back of the truck, the rear doors kind of accordion up, and inside are a pair of Gatling guns
Uh-oh.
that and kind of red, tracer lights kind of start scanning, and both lock onto Zlobs, and they both open fire.
I'm going to throw an electricity bolt right at the turrets and hoping that it'll short circuit.
All right, sounds good. Go for it. That's going to be a magic roll.
All right.
2d6 plus weird.
That would be an 8.
Okay, so you do now. This is a missile or a you're like throwing a ball. You're throwing an
I blaseball pitch.
a blaseball pitch one.
Mhm.
So you wind up and throw, and one of these kind of arcs through the air and lands at the foot of one of these turrets. Just big explosion, and one of these 2 turrets kind of powers down. You, however, Morgan, kind of pop up from behind the war van to do this, and as you do, the guns lock on you for a second and just start spraying bullets all across the ground. You're hit with shrapnel and chunks of the back of the van for a total of 1 harm.
All right, and I'm gonna freak out and like try to run to protect Jess.
Yeah. So Jess is parked in the middle of the street, not behind anything. And she's just there, and she sees, like her commentary in real time was as follows. Yeah, so anyway, this is new, and I don't think we have new neighbors because my mom would know. And then Zlobs puts down a grenade. Oh, Zlobs is investigating. This is exactly what I hoped. And then Illusion goes down. Huh, Proteus Energy Systems. I've been on back order for a battery from one of them for a long time. And then when the miniguns pop out and start shooting, oh, this thing has everything. I'm on an adventure.
Hey, Zlobs. Zlobs, can you toss me a grenade?
Yeah,
I want to take a grenade, fly up above them, pull the pin, and drop it down on top of one of the turrets.
Gotcha. So, yeah, you Zlobs tosses a grenade up to you. You take off into the sky, and you're kind of sweeping. The remaining of the 2 turrets kind of starts tracing you, and you see like a red dot like zipping back and forth across your shoulders, and you're kind of bobbing and weaving. Do a big loop-de-loop in the air and kind of start bearing down right on the turret. And right before you climb, you drop the grenade. So let's go ahead and have you roll to kick some butt.
7.
All right. So you're not going to take the damage.
Not Jess.
Not Jess.
No.
I'll dive in front of that bird.
So I'm gonna give you a choice of what takes the damage.
Not Jess.
The first floor of Jess's duplex, or the war wagon, or the Powder House Tower in Powder House Square across the street.
Oh my
Mr.
god.
That's a treasure.
Oh,
Darby.
We've already destroyed the
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
The war wagon.
That's fine. It's fair.
Yeah. So the
Take it.
so the minigun is kind of tracing you, Darby, as you're flying, and you kind of swoop down, drop the grenade, and then peel upwards. The grenade explodes, and the targeting system of this minigun starts going haywire, and it just starts like randomly firing into the sky. And we kind of see through the lens of the minigun. It's like flashing and crackling because the screen, like the camera was destroyed. And it just kind of points, we see the static image of Zlobs' war wagon, and it just says, threat, angel. And it just like opens up with a stream of bullets that shears the roof off the war wagon.
Oh, how dare you!
Convertible.
I jump in the van.
So, yeah, you jump in.
I jump over the roof.
Yeah,
and I drive the van into the other van.
you drive the van into the truck.
I buckle my seatbelt. I go. Yeah.
All right, sounds pretty good. So Jess is there, and she's like looking around, trying to see what she would do, and she like kind of steers her her tank and uses one of the levers to open up the tiny door, and out comes the hand with a water gun.
I think we got him.
You get in the van and slam it into the back of the semi-truck. Kaboom! And yeah, it looked like there were a couple of hanging turrets or like defensive bubbles or sensors on the ceiling of this thing, and you end up just crushing it all.
I got it.
So yeah, the 5 of you are now all standing there looking into essentially a giant wreck between a minivan and a semi-truck. And, coming from inside of the semi-truck, you now see like a glowing blue light.
So I've been standing next to Jess Who while Zlobs threw a grenade, Morgan disarmed the illusion, Darby dropped a grenade on a gun, the gun shot the van, Zlobs hopped in the van, Zlobs drove the van into the truck. I've just been sort of watching it all happened from the ground. I'm just gonna now calmly walk, take my time, and I'll just climb up into the truck. I'll see the blue light, go, wonder what that is, and go check it out. Just wanted to give you the full picture.
I love it. That's perfect.
This fight's all about perspectives.
Yeah. Mindy, within like a couple of seconds, you feel something on your shoulder, and it's Jess. My tank couldn't fit through the wreckage. You mind if I hitch a ride?
No, come along.
Okay.
Just about to check out this blue light.
Ooh. Oh, that makes sense. So yeah, you walk in, and in here are a bunch of stacked black boxes, all sealed with security tape, bunch of serial numbers on everything. And one of them, in the explosion and all of that, apparently broke open. And inside, the bluing light comes from a cylinder, maybe 4 inches long, maybe an inch wide, and it's just really kind of glowing blue. It's like glass but heavier, and at the top of the cylinder there's a plus sign, and at the bottom there's a minus sign.
Is it a battery? What do you think?
I think it's a battery. Not just any battery, but a good one.
Well,
these aren't even on the market yet.
Let's test it out. I'm gonna take my flashlight out of my pack. I'm gonna unscrew it, and I'm just gonna see. Well, first of all, I'll see if it fits. I don't suppose it's AA.
So it's about the size of let's say your flashlight takes C batteries. It's one of those like $3 ones you got at yeah.
Nice.
And this thing's the size of like 2 C batteries on top of each other. So you drop out the C batteries and you slide this in, and you seal the flashlight back up, and you turn it on. Why don't you go ahead and give me 2d6?
6?
Boom.
Well, that's $3 I'll never see again.
Mindy, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. There's some super strong batteries.
Yes, are you okay?
Oh, I'm fine.
Oh.
But also, I don't know if I am allowed to say this, and I don't want to get in trouble, and I don't want you all to think that I am some kind of criminal, but I would very much like a battery for my tank.
Yeah, no problemo. Can I get another battery out of there?
Wait, yeah. Mindy, what if it explodes again?
Oh, well.
What are the odds of that? 1 and 2? That's good.
We could take it to somebody to look at to make sure.
Well, I'm probably not the best engineer here since I'm only 12 and a half months old, but let me give it a look first. I have a lot of confidence in my tank. Hold on. And someone roll for Jess. Just like a what are the odds?
Right.
Roll. Someone give me 2d6.
2d6.
Mm-hmm.
10.
Yeah, Jess, who in her very short time on this earth has become a pretty decent electrical enthusiast.
That makes sense.
And so she says, "You know what? I think it's stable."
Oh, great.
I don't technically. Hold on. Let me ask. And Darby, so Jess flies up to the tree, has a conversation with her mom, flies back down, and then asks you, Darby, if you wouldn't mind flying everyone up to the tree.
Oh,
like everyone, including
Mindy
and sure. Are you staying down here though?
No, I'm coming up. I want to show you my workshop.
Okay, I thought you were going to be down here by yourself.
No. I wouldn't want to leave you all behind.
Yeah, of
Wouldn't be a
course.
good host at all.
Yeah, I can fly everybody up.
I'm nervous.
Okay, I take Morgan first so she can
I
demonstrate.
put my hands up first.
Okay, I drop Morgan.
fine.
I take Zlobs. It's for the good of the friendship group, Morgan.
Whatever.
Fly Zlobs up
you know
first.
the rules. Whee!
Yeah, first is first. We decided that a long time ago.
Yeah, I'm pretty bad.
But Zlobs is always okay.
Okay,
I'm next.
I come back. I get Morgan. Fly her up. Fly back down. Mindy, are you ready?
Mindy, there's snacks up here.
What kind?
They're it's cornbread muffins.
Oh.
Hey, I snagged some lemon loaf earlier. You can have it.
Hands up.
What, you stole it from her grandmother?
I lied about the lemon loaves.
Oh, okay. Well, that's mean.
Yeah.
What?
I climb on top of the truck so that I can get some good momentum to pick Mindy up so I can take her really high up above the trees first. Just so she can experience it. And then I bring her back down very gently.
Yeah, that was a very exciting introduction to the sky. On one of the lower branches of one of the trees, there's this great big platform. And it's, essentially the tree, the two trees that kind of cross together into what is essentially a big kind of heart-shaped single tree, has a bunch of platforms built on it. So there are owls' nests and other platforms, and there's essentially a shack up here that is Jess's mom's home office. And then there's this kind of platform, and the platform is where Jess does all of her electrical work. So she has a bunch of projects here. It's almost like kind of a playroom / workshop. And there's a bunch of cool stuff, and she kind of gives you the tour. And there's something that she kind of gasps like a tiny little baby owl gasp. And then says, "Hey, everybody, look over there. That's a new soldering set. I just got that. I ordered it and it came the other day." And you all turn and look, and she quickly on her tiny legs goes to, because there was a little table or a filing cabinet or something, and she quick tosses a little blanket over it.
I pick up the soldering kit.
Yeah, this is nice. Really small, custom made for her tiny wings.
It's just adorable.
Custom ordered from Germany.
Wow, they make good soldering irons. I hear.
That they do. What I need to do is install this in a housing unit so I could then put it in my tank, and we'll kind of see what happens.
I want to know what's under the blanket.
Fair.
I don't want to be rude, though.
Has it
All right,
stopped you before?
What's your approach?
I figured that she just put a blanket over something. It would be really rude to go look underneath, to actually peek. So maybe Mrs. Who knows what it is, perchance, and maybe I can just sort of find out through a friend via a kind of a mind peek rather than a sort of physical peek.
Sure. So you kind of reach out to where Mrs. Who is, and she's in her home office, and you kind of as you kind of reach out your mind, you see her sitting in a really small ergonomic chair, typing at a really small keyboard in front of 3 really small monitors. And you can kind of jump into Mrs. Who's brain.
Okay, I do it.
All right, go with 2d6 plus weird.
Oh no.
Can I look and notice that Mindy is doing this and kind of scold her for it?
Mindy, what did you get?
Plus weird, I got a 9.
Okay. Yeah, so you can see, so Mindy, you're gonna get information. Morgan, so you kind of scold her as she does this. Do you want to try to stop her, or is it just a hey?
It's more of a hey.
Yeah. So you start kind of maneuvering through Jess's mom's brain, and it's lots and lots of ideas for apps that have something to do with monetizing the blockchain. A lot of it is words that are weird. And eventually you see this family memory. Apparently Mrs. Who took Jess to buy all of her birthday cards for the whole year. And so Jess Who has pre-written all of her birthday cards for each of her teammates. And so that filing cabinet is full of little files with all your names on it. And in each folder is a birthday card.
Oh, no.
Hey, Mindy, quit.
Oh,
Not
sorry.
cool.
Sorry. Sorry. Nothing.
What was it, though?
I probably shouldn't.
What was it? I'll give you a lemon loaf later.
You said you had a lemon loaf earlier, and it was a lie.
I was saving it for now.
Really, this time?
There's only one way to find out.
No, there's not.
There's 100% chance that I'm not giving you a lemon loaf if you don't tell me. There's a maybe % chance.
It's just a surprise for all of us. For birthdays.
Surprises. Mindy, I don't have a lemon loaf. I'm sorry.
I knew you didn't have a lemon loaf.
Are you okay?
Lemon loaf?
Your lemon loaf?
I don't
No
have
one
lemon.
has a lemon loaf. And
Yeah,
You
now
shouldn't have lemon loaf, or there shouldn't be crumbs around all of these things all these little things in this workshop anyway. So it's.
At around this time, all of you are kind of watching and discussing Lemon Loaf and watching Jess install one of these advanced batteries in like a housing unit. When you hear the unmistakable sound of a jetpack whizzing through the air.
No.
I pulled a grenade.
You peer down from the trees, and you see two people. One of them is the center fielder for the Waltham Windflowers, Clyde.
Clyde Whistle.
And the other is the right fielder, Susie Chen. She showed up on a bicycle.
Uh-oh.
She gets off her bike and unslings her baseball bat from behind her back. That thing is not regulation. And the two of them look at each other, and they look at the van, and then they look at each other again, and then they start scanning the sky for sunflowers.
No, close the door. Close the door. Doors closed. Grenades back. Everyone's good. I have some.
I open the door and I take this guy and I yell out, "Clyde, meet me up here!"
Yeah, Susie, stay down there, please.
Susie, stay down there. Like,
somebody
stop
take me to Susie. I'll deal with Susie myself.
I will not deal with Susie.
Clyde Whistle lands on the branch and opens up the door and walks in. Hey, sunflowers.
I think I'm gonna like hide a little bit because I know that I currently owe a debt to them and I don't want to get into it right now.
Yeah.
It's okay, Morgan. We got you back.
Do you want me to figure out what's going on, but like in the sky?
Just away from, just as long as
from
I'm
you?
concealed. Yeah.
Hey, Clyde, come with me.
Yeah,
And
Clyde.
I fly up just a few feet above the trees so we can have a little one-on-one time.
Sure. So hovering in the air is an angel with brass wings flapping and a 10-year-old outfielder with a jetpack, just kind of hovering. You're all just kind of facing each other. We're not looking for trouble, Darby.
Then why are you here? What are you looking for?
The contents of that truck.
What's in there?
Batteries.
Okay. What do you need the batteries for?
We're gonna steal them, and then we're gonna sell them. Those are all prototypes.
Prototypes. What makes them so special?
Energy density. Great for making weapons. Though we're not going to make the weapons, we're just going to sell them to people that do.
Okay, so you don't get the batteries then.
I start sneaking off when I talk about this to get as many batteries as I can.
All right, so we'll get to that.
Can I sneak with Zlobs?
Sure. The two of you are gonna kind of sneak and climb down the tree.
Down the tree.
I never
down the big tree.
I never snuck before. This is fun.
Can I start preparing a ritual magic spell to just protect this house and the two owls that live in it?
You absolutely can. So we are going to we're going to get to that last because you're like, oh no, Zlobs is sneaking and Darby is parlaying in the sky. I'm going to go ahead and just build a bubble around this house.
Yeah.
And, so
and Susie Chen. Susie Chen's here.
Zlobs.
What?
Okay. Darby's
Clyde, why
distracting Clyde.
Yeah.
I'm gonna distract Susie. You go get the batteries.
Get them all.
Get them all in the war wagon.
I check out the war wagon. It's probably drivable, right?
Oh, we're gonna have you roll to sneak.
Oh yeah, that part.
So Zlobs sneaking.
I have Mindy to help me. Mindy's coaching me through this.
I'm coaching Zlobs through it, saying "Be quiet," and I'm distracting Susie in a big way. I'm going to.
So
I'm gonna let her bully me relentlessly.
No, it's mean.
All right, so let's play that out here. So Mindy, you kind of sidle down the tree and standing there kind of in all of her ferocious splendor is the star right fielder of the Waltham Windflowers. She was just below the age cutoff, which means she is the most grown-up Blittle Leaguer in the league. And she's just standing there with a bat across her shoulder, kind of looking up at the angel and the Rocketeer having a conversation in the sky. And then she looks at you. Huh. Are we going to do something about this, or are we going to get those batteries?
Pretty sure we're gonna do something about it.
Oh, you don't want that?
You don't know what I want. You're not a mind reader.
Mindy Mathers, you are made of glass. You are made of glass. And some people are, like you and your teammates. And that's why you don't win any ball games. And so what's going to happen is that if something happens, you're not going to win any ball games.
I'm stronger than you realize, Susie. We all are, the sunflowers. Have you ever tried to pick a sunflower? You see it and you're like, that's a flower. That's delicate. That's just a delicate flower. And then you try to pick it, and that you need like a hacksaw to get through those stems. You can't even rip them with your hands. You can't. They're so thick, Susie. And that's like what we are.
her smirk turns into a big, wide, toothy smile. Huh. How about that? All right, Zlobs. Because of what Mindy did, I'm going to let you roll cool for this.
Yeah. Oh, thank goodness. That's a 7.
There are all right.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm going to tell you 3 things. 2 of them are true.
I'm listening.
You get all the batteries.
I like that one. That one's good.
You get away clean.
That one's also great.
Nothing here gets destroyed.
Oh.
I don't get away clean. I go in there, I stuff my armor just filled with batteries.
Yeah, so it's this is an absolutely enormous truck, but the number of boxes of batteries in it are fairly small. There were like 4 boxes, and one of them was broken open.
Can I say how I blow my cover?
How do you blow your cover?
Oh, I heard that comment and how mean she was to Mindy, and I deliver a fastball right to her face. And that's a grenade.
Yep.
Susie's gonna beat my ass.
Well, she's gonna have to beat my ass first.
So you
She probably will.
You get in, you kind of like you get the boxes of batteries, you throw them in the war wagon, the now convertible war wagon, you turn the car on. You hear her say that, and then literally as you're about to put this thing into drive, you hear her say that, and then you throw it back into park. And you stand up and take a grenade and pull the pin and throw it at Susie Chen. Susie Chen, as if she knew it was coming, takes the bat off of her shoulders, whips it around once, gets into a lefty stance, and hits a home run. Morgan, time to make a very important ritual magic roll.
Oh my God.
Hey, hold on. Before this happens, the 2 truths were I get the batteries and nothing gets destroyed.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Okay. We had a bargain.
Yes, we did.
John, we had a bargain.
I know we did. Morgan, give me 2d6 plus weird.
Okay. 9.
All right.
That's respectable.
Yeah. So you're kind of there and you're like, okay, Zlobs is sneaking. Okay, there are grenades. Okay, 2 of the windflowers are here. And you start chanting, and a giant crackling blue bird cage starts to form around the entire set of trees and the house, crackling with energy. And Morgan, to maintain the amount of energy it takes is exhausting. You're starting to sweat and get dizzy, but this thing is holding. What that means with the partial success is you get to decide what gets blown up. The van or the batteries?
The batteries.
No. I hate that.
So Zlobs throws the grenade. Susie spins around, makes solid contact on an upward swing, and this thing takes off like a shot through the back window of the war wagon and lands essentially in a pile of unsecured ordnance in the back. Zlobs, you look in the rearview mirror and see a live grenade sitting in a pile of non-live grenades, surrounded by giant superpowered batteries. And you do the only thing that you can to literally live, which is pull the emergency release lever that dumps out all the contents of the van. And so you start driving away, and you're like, okay, everybody is gonna die. And you pull the lever, and everything
I speed up, I turn around, so I push it away from everyone. Like I spin, like pull the emergency brake, pull the emergency lever, flies out down like the street.
Yeah, so like this, a pile of boxes of batteries and a bunch of ordnance and all of this starts sliding down the street and into a storm drain. And you kind of spin around and kind of start peeling off, and then maybe 5 seconds later you hear a very, very low rumbling, and a bunch of windows shatter on all the nearby houses, except for the Who residents.
Looks like you just blew your haul, Susie.
Everyone get in the van!
Yeah, Susie is incredulous. Darby, you and Clyde are floating in the sky having a conversation. So all we need to do is take the batteries. We're not doing anything bad, and you're not going to stop us because we don't want to make a mess of this neighborhood.
Clyde,
this isn't Waltham. We can destroy whatever we want.
Clyde,
what
happened to you?
Nothing happened to me.
Why are you being a criminal? You are so smart, Clyde. You built a jetpack on your own. You could be using your powers and your intelligence to actually do good things. Go play for a different team.
Darby, I live in Waltham. I'm a windflower.
Move!
And because of you, we lost our sponsor, which means we need to be our own sponsor. You think I want to do this?
No. That's why Clyde. I want to use Soothe on Clyde to try to make him less scared of Susie and the other windflowers.
Sure. I don't think you even need to roll for that. Okay. So you talk to him.
Clyde, I know that Susie and Donatella are powerful and they're scary, but you're just as smart and powerful as they are. I bet you that if you stood up to them, the rest of the team would also decide to do something better to sponsor themselves. Have you ever even seen what we do with pizzas? We can make a lot of money on those pizzas.
Clyde's just kind of hovering there for a second, and he makes eye contact with you, and you could tell he's thinking. And he doesn't say another word. He just hits the red afterburners and takes off into the sky. Back on land.
I have a question. Was this before or after the explosion?
Just before.
Oh, good.
Back on land, Susie Chen is looking at the, blue hazy light seeping out of the storm drain. Huh. She puts her bat back on her back. Sunflowers. gets back on her bike and starts riding away.
Oh, hey God. Oh, she's so intimidating.
I'm gonna break the birdcage spell because it was exhausting.
Yeah, you are thirsty. That was exhausting, and you need to hydrate.
Water.
Yeah, all of you eventually head down to what's left of the war wagon, and Jess gets back in her tank and wheels it up and in, and yeah.
Hey, Jess.
Yeah, Darby?
Have you ever wanted to go into a pocket dimension?
That sounds pretty fun.
Oh, it's weird in there. Oh, it's weird.
Is this
feels like
a
it'd be
now
fun.
thing? Do I need a granola bar?
Oh, you
I
can
have
just
them
go
in
in
my
and come
pack.
right back out. It's just empty, and I thought you might want to do it because I don't know. I open the dimension so she can go in and come back right back out if she wants to.
Gotcha. Jess, who takes a granola bar, and with it in her beak, she looks at all of you. I love being a part of the infield. And she jumps in the back. Longstalk Field, a couple hours later. Jess Who is up to bat. Morgan is on the mound. A single wobbly arm with a big white glove on the end is sticking out of the middle of the pyramid, holding a bat. And you hear Jess's voice, Morgan, from inside the birdcage. Okay, Morgan. Power level's nominal. Give me a strike.
All right, I'm gonna give it my best.
Home run.